Good afternoon, Malacañang Press Corps. Let's now have Presidential Spokesperson and Presidential Chief Legal Counsel Salvador Panelo.
Good afternoon, Embassy. But before that, let me greet a happy birthday to Yusek Raquel Rocky Ignacio. Happy birthday!
Thank you, Secretary.
And my favorite, naku, baka may magalit, one of my favorite granddaughters, Pia Isabel. Pia, happy birthday! It's her birthday today. Kasabay mo pala yung aking paborito.
Alam ko si Pia. Tsaka sorry, welcome natin
Uy,
yung
alam mo,
mga taga
matara yun.
Sorry, welcome natin yung mga taga Bureau of Fire Protection. Welcome sa briefing ni Secretary
meron tayong mga
Panelo.
guests. Alam mo yung aking si Pia, pakataray nun. Wala, talo kayo sa taray na. When she was 3 years old, I think last year, pagpasok ko sa kwarto niya naglalaro siya ng mga toys. And then, napansin ko nag-iisa siya. Wala yung yaya, wala yung mga. Sabi ko, Pia, why are you alone? Where's everybody? Without even looking at me, talagang hindi yung tumi kahit tawagin mo. Sabi niya, Grandpa, it's nice to be alone. 3 years old to. Sabi ko sa tatay niya, si Paolo, may problema ka nito paglaki. 3 years old. Ano na ang balita sa Hong Kong?
May question, MPC? First question, Maricel Halili.
Maricel,
Microphone.
finally you have found your voice. Well, you have not
Did I
been
lose
asking
it?
questions, huh?
Anyway, sir, good morning. Sir, may we have your take about the video that went viral? This is about the Chinese tourist in Boracay who let her child defecate in the area, and there's another one na baon ng diapers sa seashore. May we have your statement on that, sir?
Well, there are rules and regulations in that place. So everyone is expected, whether foreigner or Filipinos alike, tourists, whatever, they have to follow rules, and that obviously is a violation. So they will be subject to administrative, or rather, suits. So we would advise them to, if they're here in the Philippines, they have to follow the rules.
Did the president learn about the incident, sir?
I have not talked about that with him, but I suppose he reads the news. But you know, maybe we should ask also the Boracay, whoever are responsible for that place, to have available restrooms all over. No, kasi nasa beach house yun eh. Kasi I also noticed parang pag gusto mong mag-relieve yourself, parang wala ka rin punta kung nandun ka sa beach. Kailangan siguro merong mga portable restroom there. Kailangan din, tulungan din natin yung mga turista natin.
Pero sir, how do you feel about the incident? Were
It's a
you
violation.
disturbed?
We will not, syempre we are not happy about that. Hindi naman maganda rin yun. Kasi we're supposed to be cleaning it up. Pagkatapos, some people are messing it up. Di ba? Hindi maganda.
Were you offended?
Kahit na Pilipino yun, whether Filipino yun o tourist, it's offensive to the sight. It's not a good scene.
Sir, para lang ma-elaborate, when you say administrative action against those Chinese tourists, what do you mean by that? What particular sanction yung
No,
pwede
if
nilang
there is,
harapin?
for instance, an ordinance prohibiting those kind of actions, then they will be sanctioned by the local authorities. Eh kung may ordinance na ganun, baka i-demanda sila o baka may fine pa.
May follow-up? Other issue? Wala na kayong tanong? Ina?
Oh, thank you.
Ina?
Hi, sir. In
Yes.
yesterday's investigation on the alleged anomalies in PhilHealth, it was mentioned that you supposedly know of the so-called mafia in PhilHealth na napag-usapan niyo daw po ito ni Pangulo at one point. Can you tell us about that?
No, I don't even remember the context by which that was mentioned. Parang during the meeting with them, parang may nabanggit silang about certain people na kalaban ng Dr. Roy. And then parang nabanggit ni Presidente, kilala mo yata yun. I don't even remember who they are, but alam ko may mga kalaban si Dr. Roy na mga dating taga-UP. Ngayon lang alam ko, but I don't even know their names. Hindi ko alam ang context ba. Nakalimutan ko na yan. But I understand he named them, di ba? Oh, I din pala he named them eh.
Okay. So, wala akong list ng names ngayon, sir, but hold on. If you've seen the list of the names, sir?
No, I have not.
Okay. So, yung sinasabing mafia in PhilHealth, what is your knowledge about it?
Hindi mafia ang pagkaintindi ko nun eh. Parang may mga kalaban siya doon sa loob ng PhilHealth. Hindi mafia ang pagka-refer sa kanila.
And when this was discussed with you and the President,
Na parang
were
in
there
passing
any-
lang yun. Hindi, actually during the meeting with the PhilHealth people, that was the time.
And was it, may napag-agrihan po ba na dapat gawin to address man yung whatever conflict there seemed to be inside PhilHealth?
Ay, hindi. Parang ang alam ko doon, he filed charges against them. So pending at that time yung mga charges.
So there was no directive from the President about resolving internal issues in PhilHealth?
Basta I remember, parang sinabi ni Presidente na, nakalimutan ko na nga yung incident na yun. Parang kung that was the time he was, most of them were placed under, di ba napalitan siya, si Dr. Ray napalitan at the time eh. Parang yun yung context nun.
Thank you, sir.
May follow up? Joseph?
Sir,
Mr. Joseph.
Sir, tingnan lang natin if some of the names ring a bell sa inyo.
Yeah.
Ha? Paolo Johan Perez, Region 4B. No? Kalikazaman Makabato, BARM.
Hindi ko rin kilala. Wala akong kilala.
Baka na-bring up lang sa conversation niyo, sir. Attorney Valerie.
Definitely walang pangalan na
Walang
binanggit
specific.
doon. Wala. Definitely wala.
But I
Para
guess...
nabanggit lang doon, may mga taong kalaban siya.
So, ibig sabihin, sir, kasi I think by mentioning that there is a mafia and the President knows it, hindi ba, sir, meron siyang assumption na, bakit gumagana pa rin yung mafia and what is the President going to do about that fact?
No, if there is an ongoing investigation, di syempre the President will wait for the findings.
Meaning, hindi naman, sir, indication yun of inaction na parang alam na pala yung mga names tapos
Oh,
wala.
definitely. Hindi.
Okay. So, the President will wait for the
Yes.
results of the investigation.
Kung may mga pending administrative charges, ay, kung hindi ako nagkakamali, parang narinig ko nasa ombudsman na yun eh.
So, President will not protect his people. I mean,
Oh, definitely. Si Presidente pa, nako. Of all people. He will never allow or tolerate any irregularity or corruption in this government, regardless of any relationship to him or whether or not those people are allied with him politically.
all right, sir, yun muna po.
Okay, may follow up or other issue? Ariane? Paabot Chris ng microphone, please.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Sir, PAGCOR Chairperson Andrea Domingo, earlier this morning, sir, she said na yung influx daw po ng Chinese workers sa mga pogo dito sa Pilipinas is not a national threat kasi daw ordinary workers lang daw po sila. So this contradicts yung statement po ni NSA Esperon na they should be considered as threats, yung mga undocumented foreign workers. So ano pong opinion ng Palace on this? Comment niyo, sir.
Well, this is the opinion of the PAGCOR chief. But I would defer to the opinion of the National Security Chief because that is precisely his job.
So sir, you think na yung mga undocumented foreign workers and yung mga illegal Chinese workers should still be considered as a national threat?
Kung yan ang palagay ng ating national security, we will defer to him. But what is important, I think, is if there is any violation of immigration laws, then they will be subjected to the same.
Okay, sir. And then, sir, your comment lang, sir, dun sa proposal na yung mga POGO hubs, yung i-confine yung mga Chinese workers into one place where they can live, according to PAGCOR chair, na comfortably and safely. Do you support this proposal, sir?
They're saying that their liberties will not be restricted.
Yes, sir.
So if their liberties are not restricted, and according to them, ginagawa nga nila yan to protect them.
Yes, sir.
Oh, so kung gano'n naman ang essence ng paglagay sa kanilang lugar, I don't think that will be a violation. When I said that it may violate, because I said if their liberties are restricted, movements are restricted, then there may be a violation. Pero kung sinasabi nila, wala. Eh di, pabor sa Chinese yun.
But sir, do you support it if hindi naman po mare-restrict ang mga liberties
Basta walang
nila?
violation, we will always support. Pag walang violation, we have to protect all the nationals of any country dito sa ating bansa.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, question may follow-up kay Joseph. PM. Other issue.
Pia, namesake mo pala yung aking apo. Pia.
Sir, is the palace aware of the recent incident that happened in a mall in Cubao wherein a trans woman was handcuffed and subjected to humiliation just because she wanted to use the female restroom?
I don't know if he has heard of it. We were talking last time, pero parang hindi namin na. But if you will ask the position of the palace, our position is we have to respect LGBT. Tsaka another thing, there is an ordinance eh. There is an ordinance to respect them. So, violation yung ginawa dun sa transgender.
Itong incident na to, sir, has reignited the debate for the passage of the SOGI bill. Will the President mark this as yung urgent?
I remember the
because of this
President
incident, sir.
expressed support for the LGTB one time, di ba? So I think he will support that kind. Eh gusto nun palaging fair treatment to all eh.
Pero yung sa passage, sir, will President Duterte signify this as urgent considering na may mga ganito na nangyayari na mga incident?
I will ask him when we talk again.
Okay, thank you, sir.
May follow-up done? Raymond, other issue.
Si Mr. Disagree.
Sir, good noon. Sir, have you heard about the recent incident na naman sa Cebu to Strait? May mga Chinese warships na naman na dumadaan at sinasadya na nagpapatay ng yung identification system nila.
Papuntang Hong Kong, ano?
Cebu to Island.
Well, gaya ng posisyon ng ating Secretary of National Defense, we don't like that. And pag na-verify mo na naman yun, another subject of diplomatic protest by the DFA.
Pero how do you feel, sir, na parang that appears to be a blatant, parang nadyan talaga na parang pagbaliwala doon sa even the filing already of a diplomatic protest to the first incident?
It should be a subject of concern between the two countries.
So parang
Kailangan siguro,
dugyot
baka,
na nga sa Boracay.
tingnan natin, basta pag may violation sa UNCLOS, we will file a diplomatic protest.
Hindi ba kayo para nababastusan sa ganong aktwasyon ng China, sir?
Sabihin mo na lang na we express concern with that kind of incident. Because if they keep on saying that we're friends, I don't think this is an act of friendship.
So do we expect that this will be included to the possible issues that the president will raise to Xi Jinping when they meet in Beijing this month?
Well, that's the call of the president. But any issue will always be open between the two heads of state. Depende
you,
sa kanila kung anong pag-uusapan nila.
Thank you, sir. I agree.
Chona, you?
Finally, you're Mr. Agree, eh?
Sir, quick follow-up lang kay
Yes.
Bongbong. Tinanong ko na to dati and you said you will ask the president, bully po ba ang China?
Bully?
Ang China sa ginagawa nila sa atin ngayon?
Hindi ba? Sinagot ko na rin yan. With respect dun sa sinabi ni Secretary Lorenzana na when you drive away fishermen dun sa ating EEZ, I agree with him when he says bullying yun.
Pero itong ginagawa ngayon, sir, na dumadaan sa Cebu to Strait, tas pinapatay nila yung AIS nila, is that a form of bullying sa Philippines?
Bullying ba ang tawag doon?
Kasi,
Baka it's
hindi
a
ba-
violation of the UNCLOS. Violation ng UNCLOS yan eh. Kung dumaraan sa ating EEZ. I'm sure the DFA secretary will do something about that.
Joseph, microphone, Chona, please.
Sir, may update ba tayo dun sa mga diplomatic protest na file natin?
Wala. Inaantay namin si DFA secretary.
Pag ba sir sinabi ni Secretary Locsin that we have fired off diplomatic protest, nakikita niyo yung kopya ng diplomatic protest na yun?
Hindi kami I have not received any copy. Baka si Presidente.
Is this being discussed also in the cabinet meeting?
Wala. Hindi nasa agenda.
So we just have to rely on Secretary Locsin's words na if he filed...
Oh yes.
Yeah.
When he says he did that, he did that.
And no updates on the... Kahit nung sobrang... Kailan ba yun? Yung sa fishermen natin sa ramming incident, sir? Wala pa rin tayong update doon, no?
Wala pang binibigay sa aming report si
Secretary
Secretary
Locsin.
Locsin.
All right, sir. This is a statement from Secretary Lorenzana. He said that yung pong mga 4 instances of the PLAN, so People's Liberation Army Navy ng China, transited despite what Ambassador Xiao had told them that China will inform the Philippines in advance. So ibig sabihin, kahit may ganong commitments si Ambassador Xiao, hindi rin siya nangyayari. Parang walang effect. Secretary Lorenzana is saying that.
Then we will call their attention.
Who?
We'll call their attention. The Chinese ambassadors invited me for dinner one of these days. And maybe I will raise that to him.
Yung sir, kasi parang, can we trust the Chinese?
Para ka na rin ito, can we trust anybody? Depende sa kanilang galaw. Basta tayo, our position is very clear. We respect the UNCLOS, pati nga yung Code of Conduct of the Seas. That's why the President, that's what he told me pala last night. The reason, among others, that he wants to go to China is because he wants to hasten the enactment of a Code of Conduct because it triggers incidents that is not, or that is harmful. Kaya gusto niyang makausap si presidency on that. Coordinator kasi si Presidente sa Asia region.
Sir, yun pong kay, I'll go back to a little bit to Ambassador Xiao. What would you tell him with regard to this incidents? If you so meet him?
I haven't.
If you meet him, how are you going
I
to?
will ask him kung ano na nangyari dun sa, kasi I remember Secretary Delfin was quoting him, di ba? Na that's wrong. We're friends. Di ba? Tanungin ko, ano ba nangyari doon? Alam ba niyo ito?
Di ba siya, sir, parang disrespectful?
I will ask him first.
Okay, sige, sir.
Follow up, RJ.
So why does he have to bring that up to Mr. Xi Jinping, sir? Is China delaying the enactment of the Code of Conduct?
wala naman siya sinabing dinidelay, pero hanggang ngayon, hindi pa natatapos.
But, pero sabi niya kailangan niyang pumunta doon to hasten the enactment of the Code of Conduct.
Siguro yun ang, from the point of view of the President. Kasi supposed to be, China ang major player dito eh. But, ang Chinese din na nagsabi, ang Chinese government na nagsabi na kailangan meron tayong Code of Conduct. Ano bang gusto nyo? Parang yun ang I remember. Sa kanila din galing yun eh.
Okay, thank you.
Rosalie.
Sir, good afternoon. Sound. Meron na po kayong date sa visit ni President sa China?
Meron ano?
Date po ng
Wala
visit.
pa eh. The protocol has not informed us.
But is the President preparing for his visit?
I suppose, sinasabi niya pupunta siya ron. Ang alam ko, si Chief Protocol nasa Beijing, inaayos yung mga dates.
How is he preparing for his meeting with Chinese
What do you
President
mean?
Xi?
How is he
Kasi-
preparing?
Meaning, kasi sir, this past few days walang public engagement si President. So it's been
Marami
a
siyang
week.
private meetings, maraming courtesy calls.
So,
Saka,
sir,
sabi niya sa akin kagabi, ang dami niyang tambak na, kasi, ang problema kasi sa amin mga lawyers, bago kami pumirma, binabasa namin. Matyaga kami nagbabasa ng dokumento bago may lagay yung pirma mo eh. Yan ang sinabi niya sa akin. So, it takes time reading before I sign it. Yun ang nakakatagal sa kanya.
so do we expect this week wala public engagement dahil po busy sa paperwork si President?
Si Presidente, busy sa paperwork, busy sa engagement, busy sa lahat si Presidente, hindi ba? Workaholic masyado itong mama.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, may follow-up. Henry? Henry.
Secretary Zhao.
Yes. Yan ang boses. Yan ang boses ng mga broadcasters.
Magandang
Yes.
tanghali.
DCRH.
Magandang tanghali po sa inyo.
Magandang tanghali na.
Secretary, I understand, tanong na ho ito sa isang interview sa inyo. In fact, with
Palagay
Chona
ko ikaw
Yu.
nagtanong nun.
No, with Chona Yu sa programa daw niya nung Sunday. Pero for the record, Secretary, ano ang reaction dito ng Pangulo doon sa sinabi ni Ambassador Zhao na hindi kikilalanin ng China yung gagawing pagtutulak ng Pangulo sa naging desisyon ng arbitral ruling doon sa pagkapanalo natin sa issue ng West Philippine Sea. Ang eksaktong sinabi ni Ambassador, we express that we will not accept it. We will not recognize that. That remains. Our position has not changed and we will not be changed.
And neither are we changing our position too. But it doesn't mean that as friends we cannot discuss that issue. It has to be discussed. That is precisely why there is a mechanism for negotiation. There are things we can agree upon, there are differences that we may not, but that does not preclude both countries to raise that issue and discuss amicably.
Senador, makikipagmati.
Another thing, there are certain quarters, pakakasama na rin yung Chinese noon, na hindi dapat daw ginagamit yung invoke. Parang may, yeah. The President said, nobody can control my words to our people. This is my duty as President.
So,
So
magmamatigas ho
when he addresses the Filipino people, nobody can stop him kung ano sasabihin niya.
So magmamatigas ang Pangulo rito sa bagay na ito.
Sabihin natin na hindi siya, he will not alter his position on the matter. In the same way that the Chinese government, as it says, will
So
not.
hindi siya yuyuko.
Oh, definitely hindi. Siguro kung yuyuko man parang hapon na, hi, hello, goodbye, good morning.
Pero ano kung talagang hindi ho papayag din ng China, anong win-win solution naman ang pwedeng...
Ay, tingnan natin. Alam mo, ang magkakaibigan, sabi ko nga, pag magkakaibigan, iba na ang dating pag magkakaibigan kayo. Nagbibigayan na kayo. But what is important is as he promised the Filipino people, he will raise that issue at the proper time. And he said, this is the time.
So anong gusto ninyong isagot ngayon kay Ambassador Sao? For the record, baka...
Okay, sinabi ko na nga yung sagot doon. In fact, I already told him that. In a text message, I said, we have not also changed our position, but it doesn't mean we cannot raise that as an issue and to talk about it.
Alright.
Wala.
Anong sagot ho? Anong sagot ni Ambassador Sao? Sumagot ba?
Wala mukhang wala naman sagot siya.
Kahit smiley, smiley face?
Wala.
Na-scene zone ka lang, Secretary?
Ano na?
Scene zone ka lang?
Ano?
Na-scene lang? Na-scene lang yung message mo? Wala na?
Wala naman siyang sinagot.
Pero nabasa niya sa tingin niyo?
Oh, definitely.
Na-scene niya? Okay.
Ang sagot niya doon yata, iniimbita niya ako mag-dinner.
Okay,
Sabi niya,
okay.
I'm inviting you to a working dinner.
Working dinner. Thank you, Secretary. Thank you.
Oh, Ina, may follow-up ka? Sino? May follow-up. Chona? Henry?
Sige, si Jonah, ano daw yung win-win solution? Ipinupush ni Jonah.
Ano yun?
Ano yung win-win solution na inyong nakatagong, kumbaga, baraha pa ng Pangulo?
Hindi pa natin alam kung anong mangyayari sa usapan lang, kung anong pag-uusapan nila. Let's just wait. I'm sure immediately after the one-on-one, may sasabihin sa atin yan.
Alright, thank you, sir.
Questions? MPC? Other issue? Chona?
PAO employees are asking the Office of the Ombudsman to suspend PAO Chief Acosta because of corruption.
Well, if there is a case in the Ombudsman, then we'll let the Ombudsman do its work.
But will the palace step into...
No, as a matter of policy, the President does not interfere in the work, function, activity of any constitutional body or any branch of the government. Let the law take its course.
Hindi pa siya, sir. The palace will not ask her to mag-leave muna for the meantime para to give way for the investigation.
Eh, nasa ano yun Chief Acosta na yun.
Does she still have the trust of the President?
Eh, palagi naman si Presidente, hanggang walang findings of probable cause. Palaging nandun yung trust. Pero pag may probable cause na, iba na usapan yun. Then there will be suspension. Kaling sa ombudsman. Eh, hindi naman teritoryo ni Presidente yun.
Okay. Mag-last question na tayo kay Joseph. Joseph.
Si Joy, hindi ko na naririnig din ang boses eh.
Joyce.
Sir,
Si Joy, saka si Joy. Yung dalawang J.
sino si Joy?
Joy.
Wala pang
Joyce.
Joy. Ano bang first name ni Bernardo?
Lulusot ka pa, sir.
Bernardo?
Balancho.
Ha? Catherine ba? Akala ko naman dyan.
Si Joyce Balancho, DCMM.
Hindi, akala ko yung Bernardo Joy.
Are you seeing people, sir?
Malapit, Joy to the world pala.
Joseph.
Sir, magpaliwanag ka mamaya,
Okay,
sir.
Joseph.
So, sir, pag po yung ginagamit ni Presidente na he will bring it up, he is going to, invocation yon, invoke yun, sir, diba, of the arbitral ruling.
When you say you're bringing it up, di sasabihin mo na, may arbitral ruling, ano bang gagawin natin dito?
And the word to use there is invocation, then. Tama, diba? Sabi niya, no one can control my words. He is invoking it, right?
What he's saying is he's going to raise it
Raise.
when they talk.
Sir, a little bit lang on sa Sochi bill. Yung po bang action?
Ano yung Sochi?
Yung anti-discrimination bill, sir. Kasi pinagbawalan po yung isang
Transgender.
trans woman na gumamit ng CR ng babae. Yung pong action na yun ba, mali or hindi?
Batay dun sa ordinansa ng Quezon City, that's a violation.
Not, that's a violation.
Violation, may ordinance sila.
And do
Pero
you,
I understand the guard has already apologized. Janitress rather, the janitress has apologized, and now she's willing to be educated on the rights of the LGBT.
sir, do you think it's now time to pass such a bill that will protect?
O dapat talaga ma-protect naman yung third gender.
So it's
Ganun talaga, dapat we have to respect the rights of all people. Kung yun ang choice nila eh.
so okay, time to pass, sir.
No, yung passage no, will depend on the wisdom of the lawmakers. We cannot encroach on that. Sa kanila yun.
But you think that time is ripe?
No, as far as we're concerned, we have to protect the rights of all people.
Sir, meron pong
Meron ka bang blowout na gutom na ako. Meron ka bang pansit?
Oy, nagugutom na si Secretary. Last two na, si Vance and si Ace. Vance Fernandez. Timeless beauty muna.
Happy birthday, Yusek Rocky. Yeah. Tama ka? Yes. Sir, yesterday, as mentioned by PACC Bellica during the press briefing, do you have any idea who is these two cabinet members he was mentioning about the corruption?
I have no idea. In fact, I asked the president, do you have any idea? No.
So about the agency, you don't know even?
Well, wala kami. You know, that agency, the PACC, it's his duty to investigate. So, until such time as meron silang findings, recommendation, hindi malalaman ni Presidente yon.
Sir, another issue. Kasi meron tayong 600 na Pinoy sa Israel na ipadideport daw. So, yes, I know. Pero yung kanya...
Sige, Vance, kaya mo.
Coming
Henry.
from the spokesperson naman. Yes.
Go.
Go. Sabi ni Miss Rocky, go. The birthday girl. Okay. Sir, regarding this, yung kasi meron tayong mga 25,000 na mga Pilipinos doon. So, how can the government help regarding this matter?
Si
For
Secretary Bello is
repatriation.
already on top of that.
Okay, thank you, Vance. Okay na.
Thank you.
Last, Joyce, and then last tayo kay Ace. Joyce Balanco.
Joy.
Joyce pala, hindi Joy.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, sabi din ni PACC Commissioner Greco Bellica, another cabinet secretary is being investigated over allegations of excessive foreign travels. Hindi naman din niya pinangalanan, but do we have advice to cabinet members regarding this? Kasi I believe naglabas na ng EO ang Malacañang, reminding them of new regulations on against junket trips and travels.
Well, I have no idea on that kung sino man yun. I have no idea on that.
May reminder po ba kayo sa cabinet members regarding...
Hindi, kung meron ng executive order, I mean, if meron ng memorandum si ES, it stands.
Do you expect cabinet members to follow?
Oh, certainly. If that is a policy, members of the cabinet are expected to follow it.
Is the President aware that some cabinet members are being investigated over corruption and
Sinagot ko na nga
excessive
kanina yan,
foreign
tinanong ko siya, di ba
travels?
sabi niya hindi ko alam.
Is he concerned about this, sir, na hindi niya alam na may mga ganito with
Kayo
cabinet
naman,
members?
the duty of an agency is, like in this particular instance, PAC, yun ang trabaho nila eh. So until such time, tas merong findings, final findings and report, recommendation, di malalaman ng Presidente yun. The President does not interfere.
Thank you, sir.
Mag-aantay lang ng final report yun.
Si Ace, and then last na si Joseph.
Secretary, the Supreme Court asked Malacañang to comment dun sa petition ng Rappler, dun sa ban.
We'll leave it to the Soldier. That's his duty, job, to respond.
How does Malacañang intend to defend yung move to ban Rappler?
We will
from-
not preempt the Soldian. He's the lawyer who will be representing these respondents, and he will do what is required for him to do.
But as Chief Legal Counsel, what are your thoughts on...
I do not want to preempt because kumbaga hindi ko teritoryo na eh. Kakaya naman na magsalita ako. Kaya mo na si Soldian.
So siya na ang bahala mag-handle.
Kuya, sobrang kaya ni Soldian.
Okay. Thank you, Sec.
Okay. Joseph, last na.
Sir, because it's Malacañang and the president that banned Rappler, can we know your position? Does it constitute, as argued by the petitioners, does it constitute prior restraint?
No, I've already discussed that extensively in this press briefing. It's not. It cannot be a restraint. You must remember that until now, they are still dishing, writing news, they're covering events, activities. In fact, what's his name now? What's her name? Pia. Pia, lahat ng statements ko meron siya. So, wala ako nakikitang, even if she's not here, meron pa rin siyang alam niya pa rin ang nangyayari sa palasyo.
And again, sir, the rationale for banning again is what? The basis.
I think the basis is that it's a privilege. It's a privilege, not a right. And there is no violation simply because the Rappler is not being stopped from writing stories, even against the government, as it is wont to do. It is not prohibited from publishing what it writes. So how can there be prior restraint or violation of press freedom?
And when you're referring to when you said privilege, it is a privilege and not a right. You're
Meaning to
referring
say, like for instance, you're supposed to be MPC, di ba? And there are certain rules that you have also to observe as guests of the palace. Eh pag you violate that, maging rude kayo, disrespectful, o di siyempre, it's the right of the palace to either reprimand you or to exclude you. Kasi you have to observe courtesies, decorum, respect.
And the violation of Rappler is?
Come again?
What is the violation of Rappler? That's why they were banned?
O hindi ba parang, actually hindi ko alam ang reason nung maban siya at the time. Hindi pa ako noon ng spokesperson. Hindi ako familiar sa reason.
Okay.
But we'll let the Soldian handle it.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, MPC. No more questions? Okay, thank you.
Na, party na.
Thank you, Secretary Panelo. Antabayanan nyo mamaya yung
Party.
8888 Digong Hotline. Pagkatapos ng Sentro Balita with Secretary Panelo, Asek Chris Roman, and Trixie Jaafar. Salamat po. Back to my studio sa Radyo Pilipinas and People's Television Network.
Thank you.